Here's what you need to know about Venus retrograde in Aries 2025 for your love and relationships, your career and purpose, and your personal growth and healing. Venus retrograde is a time of reflection where we reflect on our love and relationships, our values, and how we make money and attract what we desire into our life. Use this energy to reflect on your past relationships and what brought conflict and what brought harmony. Do you find yourself in repetitive cycles where you're constantly competing with your partner? Or do you find yourself in relationships where you're aligned and fighting towards the same goals? During the Venus retrograde, Mercury also goes retrograde, which is about communication. So it's likely you'll either think about an ex, have a conversation with an ex to gain closure, or have a long overdue conversation with your partner to make sure your values are still aligned. It's becoming really clear to you how important your independence is, so you're no longer willing to sacrifice your independence for a relationship, or sacrifice your purpose and identity in an unfulfilling career just for a paycheck. Which means it's time for you to be bold and courageous. Bet on yourself. Take a risk and go for what you actually want instead of what you think you can get. Your personal growth and healing comes from self-love. And with Venus in Aries, self-love is not an affirmation, it's an action. Self-love is not an affirmation, it's an identity. Self-love is not an affirmation, it's a way of being. To use this Venus retrograde in Aries to learn how to love yourself again, to learn how to value yourself again. Because once you love and value yourself, you'll no longer put yourself in relationships where people don't respect you. You'll no longer put yourself in a career that doesn't align with your purpose and your identity. You'll no longer sell yourself short, and you'll no longer disrespect yourself enough to not focus on your self-love and your self-care as a way of being and as an identity.